Welcome back to FZ Architecture. Today, we are exploring one of Frank Lloyd Wright's hidden gems, the Stanley Rosenbaum House in Florence, Alabama. I will guide you through a detailed analysis of its design, how it harmonizes with its surroundings, and why it stands as a remarkable example of Wright's Usonian vision. The Stanley Rosenbaum House was completed in 1939, during a defining period in Frank Lloyd Wright's career. In the late 1930s, Wright was developing his Usonian concept, an architectural philosophy aimed at designing affordable, efficient, and beautiful homes for the American middle class. The United States was just emerging from the Great Depression, and Wright believed that good architecture should not be a luxury reserved for the wealthy. The Usonian homes were his response, modest in size, economical in materials, yet radical in design and full of intention. The Rosenbaums, a young intellectual couple, reached out to Wright to design their family home. Their decision to collaborate with him resulted in what would become the only Frank Lloyd Wright house in Alabama and one of the purest expressions of his Usonian ideals. Located in Florence, a small city in northern Alabama, the site chosen for the house was part of a quiet suburban neighborhood. What makes the Rosenbaum house unique is how it stands out in contrast to its surroundings. While most neighboring homes follow traditional forms, with pitched roofs, front porches, and detached garages, Wright's design lies low and flat, embracing the terrain and inviting the landscape to become part of the architecture. The lot itself is slightly sloped, and Wright made this a central feature in the composition. The house unfolds with the topography, allowing the structure to feel like it grows naturally from the earth. This sensitivity to sight is a key characteristic of Wright's organic architecture. One of the key features of Usonian homes is how they use their very form to create privacy and protection. In the case of the Rosenbaum house, Wright carefully positioned the building on the plot to take advantage of the site's natural slope and to create a subtle separation from the street. The L-shaped layout acts as a shield, turning its back to the public side and opening towards a private garden. This composition allows the house to protect itself from outside views, creating an intimate interior world that remains visually and spiritually connected to nature. The entrance is discreet and indirect, a deliberate move by Wright to guide visitors through a transition from public space to the quiet, enclosed life within. The materials, brick, wood, and glass, further emphasize this blend of shelter and openness. Now that we understand the home's integration with its environment, let's look at the original drawing that captures Wright's intentions. In this hand-drawn sketch, we clearly see how Wright positions the house on the plot to create privacy. The L-shaped layout acts as a barrier, shielding the interior from the street while opening up to a protected garden. This strategic orientation enhances the sense of seclusion and reinforces the Usonian idea of the home as a private sanctuary integrated with nature. Looking at the floor plan, we can understand how Wright translated his vision into spatial organization. The house follows an L-shaped plan which serves both functional and symbolic purposes. One wing contains the communal spaces, the living room, dining area, and kitchen. These rooms are oriented toward the garden, taking advantage of natural light and outdoor views. Large glass doors and windows blur the boundary between inside and outside. The other wing houses the private areas, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Notably, the bedrooms are set 3 steps lower than the main living space, following the gentle slope of the land and creating a sense of progression through the house. At the heart of the plan lies a brick masonry core, where we find a fireplace, utilities, and the main structural anchor. This element not only organizes the spaces, but also grounds the house materially and thermally. Wright designed built-in storage and furniture throughout, optimizing space and maintaining visual harmony. Circulation is clear and intentional, with each transition reinforcing the privacy and openness of each area. The choice of materials in the Rosenbaum house reflects Wright's principle of honesty in architecture, letting each element express its natural character. The primary material is locally sourced red brick, used in the base walls and central masonry core. It gives the house a sense of permanence and thermal mass. Cypress wood is used extensively throughout the interiors and exteriors. Its warm tones, durability, and resistance to moisture make it an ideal material for both structure and finish. Concrete floors with radiant heating offer a modern, efficient solution to comfort and simplicity. The polished surface enhances the home's clean, minimal aesthetic. Glass is used strategically, in clerestory bands and large doors, to let in light without compromising privacy. Wooden frames blend seamlessly into the architectural language of the house. There is no ornamentation. The natural beauty of each material is allowed to stand on its own, reinforcing Wright's philosophy of integrated organic design. At the heart of the L-shaped layout lies a private rear garden, a true extension of the interior living space. This courtyard is not just a backdrop, but an integral part of the architectural composition. The living room and bedrooms open directly onto this space through large glass doors, creating a seamless transition between indoor and outdoor life. Wright designed this garden to be enclosed on two sides by the house itself, offering both privacy and shelter from the street. This configuration allows for natural light, cross-ventilation, and a strong sense of intimacy, while also framing views of the landscape. The garden serves as a quiet, reflective area, a place where architecture and nature meet in harmony, embodying Wright's philosophy of organic architecture. The Stanley Rosenbaum House is more than just a residence. It's a manifesto of Frank Lloyd Wright's ideals. With its modest scale, thoughtful materials, and seamless integration with the landscape, it embodies the essence of Usonian architecture: democratic, organic, and deeply human. This house teaches us that good architecture doesn't need to be monumental to be meaningful. Through careful planning, respect for nature, and attention to every detail, Wright created a space that continues to inspire decades later.